Hello, welcome back to Ancient Egypt with me, by Jingo, and here we are at Men-nefer. That's Memphis to you and me. And the capital is founded. After a lengthy struggle, King Ho-Aha has managed to unite the twin kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt and proclaim himself Pharaoh of all Egypt. A sign of his absolute sovereignty and the establishment of this, the first dynasty of Egypt, Ho-Aha has ordered the founding of an imposing capital at Men-nefer, that's Memphis to you and me, from which he may govern this fledgling nation. Because of your family's many generations of faithful service, my word, it feels like many generations, to this land, Pharaoh has chosen for you to be the architect of this splendid city. Because the capital is a very symbol of our kingdom, its citizens must enjoy a quality of life heretofore unknown in this land. To this end, you will eventually need to trade with other cities of the realm and provide a high standard of education for at least some of your citizens. You must also build a sacred masturbatoom, that's masturbatoom, for your city's nobles. Sorry, got stuck there. Yes, I can finally trade in this mission. Like, I've been waiting to trade for about 3 missions now. Whether it becomes useful when I almost ran out, when I did run out of money in Pugwatchet, would have been nice to trade there. I don't know why they waited until this long. I mean, you can't even do it yet. It's still not available yet. I don't know why they quite waited as long as they have done. It's not a complicated concept, trading. Like most people do it like, well, all the time. Anyway, enough of waffling about commerce. I'm going to build a I'm going to put the roadblocks down first, because what I always end up doing is just forgetting about them. Plenty of houses. We'll have some on this side and some on this side. What I like doing this now is putting all the houses in more or less barren spots with just a hint of grass. So you can't put a sort of there's no groundwater, so you can't put a well there, but there's a tiny bit of groundwater there, so I can there. I imagine the drinking water from that is horrible, but I'm not drinking it, so all's well. I'll call this round here to provide labour for the work camps. I always thought, always sounds a bit ominous, that. Labour for the work camps. Stick all this together, then we'll start with 2, and then if unemployment becomes a problem, to the gulags, to the work camps with you. We'll have 2 barley farms, one there and one there, and then the rest can be grain. I don't think, especially for a city this size with a population of 0, you need more than 2 barley fields for all your brewing needs. Speaking of brewing needs, I once almost got a home brewing kit. Well, one of my stories always seem to involve I almost did something once, but I didn't actually. A friend of mine did, and he made some rather nice home brewed beer, which he then put in like 2-litre bottles. And you call it's like home brew percentage. Was it proof ? %. So no idea how strong it was, but it was very nice. Yes, I'm going to speed the game up a bit. Where are the people coming from? Oh, there they are. The gods. Patron saint is Ptah, or maybe the P is silent. That doesn't sound right. Tar. Osiris and Bast. So we can expect plagues, destroyed farms and destroyed storage yards, because I do a terrible job of appeasing the gods. It's just such a faff. A couple of shrine to Osiris there, and a shrine to Bast. Firehouse there, a firehouse there, architect's post there, no, architect's post there. What was I thinking? Police station. What else is needed? There's something. You're not going to find any employees wandering through the fields now, are you? We'll put everything else that we need. So I'll put a granary there, and that's a bit close actually. Nobody wants to live near the granary, but nobody wants to live too far away from it either. Although I say they shouldn't be so fussy. I mean, you know, you get first dibs on the food if you're right next to the granary. Well, since that's the case, I may as well put an architect's post down over here. A couple of storage yards. I found that I like putting 2 storage yards in. One for the food that you collect, and the other for the pottery and the beer. Actually, I might have some papyrus in there as well. That comes later. And then you tell these to get maximum. So what they'll do is like, these act as like overflows basically, because granaries can't store that many. I think they can only store 1,600. Oh no, this just, you know, showing me up right over there. But yeah, it's a bit of extra storage, so that throughout the year they can keep on topping up what's in the granary. Because the people from the bazaar only take stuff from the granary, because they're fussy like that. I'll put an extra roadblock there. I'm worried that that's just a little bit too inefficient and it might burn down. Something else I need to be doing. I'll just let the game run for a bit. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. One of the dangers of playing this game on a new system, because it... Well, yeah. From 0 to 90%, it's like a set game speed, and then at 100% it just goes as fast as the processor will allow it, which was fine in the 2000 and 1999 because the processors were, it's pretty much just a little bit faster than 90%, but with the modern age and the processors that you get now, it just zooms straight ahead like that, so you can miss important details. And I found that I'm just so clumsy with this game now, because like years will fly by and oh wait, nobody's got any pottery. Oh wait, nobody's got any pottery. It's so I want a clay pit. Oh come on, that's fine. Okay, what I will do is put that across there like that, put a roadblock in like that. Oh, that's a good harvest. I don't know what that oh was. Oh, oh, what's occurring? So you say they're dumping all the chickpeas in there, and then the fella from the granary is coming and picking them up over there. Now that seems convoluted, but it seems to make sense to me, especially with bigger cities. All the people from the fields take it to one storage place. And then all the granaries from across the city pick it up from that storage place, take it to their respective granaries, so you can have like housing estate there, housing estate over here, and the granary will pick it up from over there, from the storage yard, drop it off at the granary, and the bazaar will pick it up from that granary, because bazaars are quite lazy actually. They only travel a certain distance if you've built them. I'll stick a bazaar in then. Put a physician in, a doctor's in. Apothecary, no. Malaria is not a problem here, it's not humid enough. And I'm tempted to put a city palace in as well. Or a village palace. Well, I'll stick it in there for desirability purposes. Put the tax collectors in. All that's missing now is a courthouse and a scribal school. Oh, people are upset with you because there aren't enough jobs. There's plenty of jobs. You can work in the fields or, you know, the granary. Okay, I hear you. So we'll set this up as the pottery corner. 2 clay pits, 4 potters. Is that enough jobs for you? Where's your entrepreneurial spirit? Couldn't you set up your own potteries? That. I actually think that ancient Egypt was quite a planned economy. On account of the fact that everybody was a slave to the Pharaoh, I think. Pretty much. Ruthless centralised control and planning based upon something or other. I don't think it was a particularly free market thing. But then again, the idea of a free market is quite a modern concept. Why am I talking about free markets? Where are you going?
I can't find a job here.
I will look elsewhere. There's a job for you in the clay pit. Without 16%, that's pretty reasonable. There is a way to stop that from happening. You just put wages up by a bit, and then everybody's less. The people who have jobs are happy with you, and it drowns out all the noise from the unemployed. Hey, that's a novel one. I don't usually get blessings. Bast is pleased that your city honours her. She has thrown a festival so all the gods will notice your piety. Well, that's a useful one, because now if I build enough shrines, now all the gods will do favours for me. So I might as well. Osiris and a couple more for Ptah, because Ptah's likely to get a little bit cranky. Is it right to talk about deities getting cranky? Well, they certainly act like it. Roadblock there, roadblock there. It's a bit of a convoluted system. A road system. You have to go all the way around to get to the granary, but I think it works. And I can't help but feel that I'm missing something. Ah, yes, brewers. So we'll stick these people over there to get the jobs. A roadblock down there. And then you set up an industrial estate. Well, this method of building per city I think looks fairly organic. Because what you can do is you can put like a bit of housing like right over there. Only 4 houses. And that can provide employee access for industries. But just the one set of house. One house, basically, can provide employment for a whole, like, mining district or something. It just doesn't look right. And I'm all about the aesthetics. I mean, just watch my, what was it? Rome Total War of the Parthians campaign. I did all sorts of stuff, like, it would have been better for my men to put them into loose formation, but I didn't think it looked fine. So they took huge losses with arrow fire because I think close formation looks better than loose formation. That's just the kind of guy that I am. Oh dear. Barley and beer. Where's the money gone? Okay. Isn't that always the case? So there's pottery. Oh. The next inundation will be previously better than expected. Thank you. An architect's post, and then a firehouse, and an architect's post here. Right, I don't think anything's going to burn down. No, that looks fine. And nothing's going to blow up. No, that's all fine. Everything's fine. That's pretty badly organised, that area now. I've had half a mind to just demolish the area and start again. Maybe when I have more than 1300 Deben. I think the currency of, like, for a time, like the grain actually made up a currency of Egypt, so that when you had various droughts, and that's what brought about the changes, like the old kingdom, the middle kingdom, and the new kingdom. Like in between times, there was like a decade of poor harvests. So not only did people starve, but the economy collapsed as well. I think that's the case anyway. I saw it in a documentary once. Also, what else should I talk about? Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day today. So there. So I read a news report that Tony Abbott's upset the Taoiseach of Ireland. And I was like, what the hell's a Taoiseach? And it's the Prime Minister. I found you learn something new every day. The Prime Minister of Ireland is called a Taoiseach. Although I'm going to continue calling him Prime Minister because that's what he is. Oh dear, I'm terrible. I'm just such a so chauvinistic about my language use. It's English or nothing. Myanmar, where's that? Burma. That's better. I used to call Southeast Asia Siam because of risk. Well, it's like Vietnam. You mean French Indochina? No, it's not seriously. I'm not a 19th century colonialist. Don't think anyway. But it's a fun. I think it's a fun thing to say. I probably offended somebody there. I usually offend somebody doing something, so I may as well make it into a personality trait, you know. This is an interesting one. Like going back to this idea of anglicising names. It's like we call Peking Beijing and Bombay Mumbai, but we don't call Rome Roma, Prague Praha, or Moscow Moskva. That is interesting. No, well, no, I didn't think so either. It's like just apply some consistency. Maybe we should call Rome Roma, or what is it, something like Croatia supposed to be like Hrvatsk or something like that. I think I got a passport stamp that says Hrvatska, something like that on it. And Finland is Suomi. In fact, you can't actually spell Finland in the Finnish alphabet because they're missing. I think they're missing an F. They're missing one of the letters in Finland, the word Finland, in their alphabet. Oh! Qatar is pleased by your attention, so ensures that shipwrights, weavers, jewellers throughout the city are fully stocked with raw materials. If only we had shipwrights, weavers or jewellers. Can't even build shipwrights, weavers or jewellers. Ah, what a waste. Still, good to know I've got the gods on side. What I would like to do, game, is I would like to trade because I'm now down to 1,196 Deben. And these people aren't getting any better without spending money that I don't have on a bandstand. Yay! So there's a juggler school and a conservatoire. There, I'm down to 700 Deben. Can I please move on to the next stage of the mission? So what's infuriating about the tutorial missions, as these are, I think we're just about easing out into the proper game now. Where it's like, I'm focusing on something that the game doesn't want me to focus on. Like, I want to make some money so that I can do stuff. But I've got to get to a spacious apartment, so like, the brewery's fine. I want them to get off, that's it. Actually make an effort to pick up the beer, which he's doing now. That's also useful, like if you've got a housing estate here and a load of industry here and you've got a housing estate over here, you'll want a granary set to get goods and then a storage yard set to get goods from like a central source. Because like I say, bazaars are lazy. Her.
Goods will make welcome additions to the bazaar.
Not only does she not pay for the goods she takes, she doesn't travel very far to steal them. And nobody pays for any of this stuff. And you've got a tax rate of 9%. 9%! 9% income tax. It's like a libertarian's dream. Flat tax as well. I don't know, it's like this is a weird place. It's a mixture of a libertarian dream and a libertarian nightmare. Oh, thank you. Flat tax, 9%. That's all the government's taking from you, but the government also directs where you work, how you work, and what you do, and what buildings go where, and what industries are set up. This is bizarre. This is a bizarre system. I can't understand it. I can't fathom it. Okay, so we're on to modest, or spacious homesteads. They're going to pick up some beer now. Ah, modest apartments. And now we put a courthouse in, which I was trying so desperately to do last time, before realising the game didn't want me to do it. Ah, finally. Education. Now that you've built up a city somewhat, I'll give you somewhat. This is a fully functioning metropolis. It's time to provide education for some citizens. Schools and libraries can't educate the people without papyrus to which to write, because clay tablets are apparently not a thing. It worked for the Babylonians. Reed gatherers supply papyrus makers with the necessity for raw materials, and papyrus is then distributed directly to the city's educational facilities. So now I've got to spend money that I haven't got. Raw materials. One reed gatherer, I think, provides enough reeds for about 5 or 6 papyrus makers. 175 Devon. Okay. Storage yard costs 84. I don't think I'm going to make it. Reeds and papyrus. Now, if the game would let me trade, I could sell some papyrus, but I can't. So there we are. I might get this as like a personal challenge to try and not get the bonus, the like emergency money that you get. Well, where's all the money going anyway? 15% interest. Pfft. Construction took most of it. Wages took another bit. Like taxes didn't cover the wage bill. Okay. How? Oh, got an unemployment rate of 22%, so can't really go about slashing the wage budget. Ah, hell, I'm going to have to go into debt sooner or later. There we go. You're hereby granted additional funds, but no benefactor will rescue you again. I want to know who rescued me first time around. Right, now that I've got all that money, I'm going to build a personal mansion and embezzle the funds. Put a personal mansion there to cheer these people up. I'm going to live near the brewery. So I keep on like talking, going back to what I was saying earlier about. Actually, no, I'll talk about that once I get to when the game lets me go to the world map. It's such a bossy game. Oh, I've already got a scribal school. There's very little else to spend the money on. Oh, I'll put a festival square in, like that. The good strategy is to just keep on holding festivals to Bast when she's happy. She's not happy at the moment, so we'll put a few shrines down for her. There she is. Hold a festival to Bast. She'll be cheerful. Like somebody just give me 1,000, sort of 5,000 Devon, and I've already spent a fifth of it. She'll hopefully hold a festival to all the gods, so that everybody's festival ticker there is reset, and everybody will give me nice stuff. Well, what's your problem? The granary, you don't like the granary. Fine. I'm going to use some of this money that isn't mine to put all plazas down. Oh, I'm going to put a few more papyrus makers down. It's a bit close to the housing. But I feel that's worth it. These people don't mind. Well, they do mind, but I don't mind that they mind, and that's the important thing. Finally! God, blimey! It took five cities, and towards the end of the 5th one, to finally bring up the idea of making money. Now that you've managed to educate some of your people, you might want to generate additional revenue. Yes, yes, I would. So here's the world map. That's me in Men-nefer. There's Pawajit. Thinis, Nut and Necken. You remember them? I do. So why I keep on giving them like the names twice is if you can go into the options and you go to city names classical and then you go back to the world map. I'm in Memphis and that's now Buto, Thinis, Nakada and Hyrcanopolis. Ooh. Sounds better than Neccan anyway. Yeah, basically what the Ptolemies renamed them all to, I think. Although Buto and Nakada might be what they're called today, or certainly after the Islamic invasion of Egypt. It was about 600 AD, I think. But this is not the classical era. This is the Egyptian era. People are immigrating to the city. Into a city with an unemployment rate of 28%. People are idiots. So we're going to go to the world map. Pawajit does nothing but sell stuff. Neccan buys papyrus. And I am willing to sell it. Export one over 600. Yep, that sounds fine. I can't sell anything else. It's just papyrus. And since my economy seems dependent on it, I may as well build up the industry around it. More papyrus, papyrus, papyrus. So much papyrus. Jobs for everyone. Still got an unemployment rate of 19%. Firehouse, another firehouse, another architect's post. Yeah, I think all these people can evolve into something better, but aren't. Let's put some birds down the right way. There. Oh, good. I live next to a giant statue of a bird. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade. There's some entertainment, but not enough. So picky. So picky. Oh, I can't do anything about it. Oh. Well, that was a waste. I was going to build a pavilion there, which will allow for dancers. See, this is again, the designers of the mission haven't anticipated the different difficulty levels. Because on lower difficulty levels, they would be common residences by now. I might put a reed gatherer here. I'm not too fussed about them having to walk. Oh wait, no, there's some reeds down there they can go and collect. Yeah, it's usually better to have the resource gathering operation closer to where the goods are going rather than where the raw materials are. I found that with like hunters. If you put them closer to the granary than next to the animals, and it all works better. Yes, I've been playing this game offline without you, I'm afraid. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Cheers, Bast. There's a fire in the storage yard where all the beer and all the pottery was. Why? There's a firehouse right over there. Oh. Woe is me. At least the papyrus didn't burn down. That's expensive. That is. Show prices. 200 per thing. And I think I've started selling them, haven't I? No. How much money am I making? Salary of 2 Deben a month. Yes, 24 Deben a year. 2 Deben a month. Oh, what's the average wage? The minimum wage is 3.3 in this city. I'm paid less than the person, the slob who works down in the clay pit. Huh. But shouldn't that be the way? No, no, it shouldn't be the way. What am I talking about? So we'll rebuild the storage yard and then refill it with all the goods. Half pottery, half beer. And now, where are these traders? And why aren't you buying stuff? Oh, there's life for me. Does he sing that all the way across the desert? It's quite a way to go. He hasn't gathered that he can just take the Nile, I suppose. Walking along the Nile with a set of some unfortunate pack mules that just listen to him singing all day.
I'll be a hero when I bring these
Goods back to my homeland. What goods? You've not bought anything. Buy papyrus. Let's have an ad campaign. Buy Memphis papyrus. There's papyrus, nothing quite like it. You'll buy from us because we're the only supplier. Something like that. A nice jingle like that. You'll buy from us because we're a monopoly. Something like that. I'm not a natural jingle writer. Crikey, 31 minutes already. What have I been spending my time on? I've not even started on the master yet. I'm still going to do this in one video. Will I? Should I finish the video here, and we'll start with the master next time? Yes, because that splits it off into two neat sections. Like section 1, building up the city, discovering trades, that kind of stuff. Section 2, monuments. Yeah, that looks good. I'll do that. Thanks for your input. Okay, I will see you next video for Memphis Part 2. Sorry, Men-nefer Part 2. Building a master. That might be the subtitle. Anyway, so see you next time.